Black Market Performance dual 450 fuel pump install the tutorial. Of course, remove your stock fuel sending unit, disassemble the factory fuel bucket. In the installation, it's pretty simple. There's two slots. You slide the bucket cover into the Black Market part. Then there's two wires for the secondary pump that aren't plugged into the factory power outlet. It comes with two 10 bolts. You're going to drill 2 holes through the back of the bucket cover to bring the 12 volt for the secondary pump auxiliary, which is then going to be connected to this relay system. Wherein the relay will be connected to your battery in the trunk of the car, and from there it's connected here to the secondary pump. You can connect it. Alright, so imagine this is already connected to the car. You will now run the ob switch, which is run by boost pressure. So you need to have this already pre-tapped into your charge pipe. When in boost, this switch will trigger at 13 psi boost pressure and turn on the secondary pump. So at that point you'll have dual pumps running, and if you're not in boost, it will shut off and just run on the single 450, which is more than enough fuel. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'll show you guys more as we install it now. We're going to drop in the fuel unit into the existing location of the tank, wherein there is, come to the tank, there is 4 lines. These 2 lines would normally be placed on the bucket, but being that we don't have a bucket, you're going to just release these 2 into the tank. The most important 2 are going to be this one and this, which is the fuel pump feed. So now we're going to connect the fuel pump feed with this line here. Now the fuel pump is connected. I'm going to just release that temporarily while I place the pumps in the tank. Alright, now I'm going to attempt to fish the hold on a second. I guess that one is kind of hard to get. Alright, is that it? Nope. Next one. Nope. Oh, crap. Let me just fish this line out first. Alright. Okay. Do remember to connect this line to the top of the cover, to the bottom part of the cover, because if this line isn't connected, of course you're gonna have fuel spewing out on the passenger rear wheel. So always remember to connect this one. Alright, you heard that snap, so that's connected. So now everything is pretty straightforward. You drop that in, and now you take the cover, you slide it over the lines, and you screw it back. First we drop the fuel unit in, place the cap back on to hold it with the seal so you won't have a leaking problem. Now you're gonna connect the 2 lines That's pretty straightforward. Now the fuel line, feed line. All right, that's in. You got to make sure these are pretty snug where they won't fall off. Now everything goes back to the factory format. You're gonna slide the power line through the top of the cover, and of course you're going to, no, I think I did it backwards. 1 second. Yeah. Get me a razor. Let me just show them this in a second. Pause it back. We decided to slice the rubber seal. Gonna slice it down like with an X where it will be able to expand. Oh, it's pretty thick. Where now it will be able to expand to accommodate this one. Hopefully it fits through there, because this is the first time doing this one. Alright, it did. It did, so now I slide that back through. We're gonna connect these. Alrighty, that's in. Now I'm gonna try and put the rubber seal back in place so it can look as factory as possible. Now look at that, guys. Actually look pretty neat. Now you're gonna just put back the 410 nuts onto the cap, and then we're gonna move forward towards the wiring. So we'll be back, guys. T50 Torx to remove the rear seat. There is 4 bolts, 2 holding the seat belts, and there's 2 sitting right here. If you could see the space, because I've already taken it out. So currently there were 2 of these. They're holding the bottom of the seat there. All right, they're out. Then you're gonna need to release the latch. Come on. Release the latch that's holding the upper portion of the seat. I've already went inside the trunk to release it. If anybody needs the tutorial for that, we could upload that later on. Just leave your comments and request, and we'll show you how to do that. So now the seat is out. There's one more. Oh, I think I just locked it. I think I just locked it back. I think it just fell back and locked. Hopefully it never snapped in. God almighty. Why is this one so tight? Let's see if we could sneak this chair, the seat around this one. I think we're more than capable of doing that. Alright. Oh, it already locked. Alright, so let's show them how to open it. Alright, so now we're in the trunk. You can't see me because I'm actually laying on my back in the trunk. There are these 2 cutouts that holds the top of the seat. There's one on the left side. I don't know if you could see it yet. 1 second. Let me try and there. All right, so what you take is a screwdriver, and you turn the latch until it opens. Now they're both open because I've already unlocked this one. Now the back of the seat can move forward. Now you're able to go straight through the car. I'm only doing this so that I can have access to the battery directly and to run the wire underneath here straight to the pump, so it will be unobstructed, and it's for a cleaner wiring job. Alrighty guys, back to you guys. We're laying out our wire diagram somewhat, though it's not on a piece of paper, it's in the idea technically. All right, so the fuel, lift up the back of that. All right, so the fuel secondary pump, this is the harness for it. As you can see, the wire harness in his hand. We're gonna come back around here to where the relay is. I have the relay in my hands. There's two wires on the relay, a negative and a ground, which is going to go one to the body of the car and the other is going to go to the positive of the battery. The second set of the harness is that ob switch, which is going to run from here on the driver's side of the car. We're going to install it in all these plastic coverings, following all the way under the driver foot. Then the idea is to bring the wire through here, where we'll now install it and the charge pipe here, so that it will get the boost reference of 13 psi to turn on the auxiliary pump. All right guys, let's do this. Alright, let's start doing this. Alright, so I lift up the trunk covering where we can hide the wiring. Alright, now I'm gonna connect the secondary pump. The wire is just gonna sit right beneath the passenger seats in the back. You just place the mat over it, and that's all set. It's not gonna create any problems, any bulging, none of such sort. Now this wire is gonna be covered here, as you can already see that. So once I place the seat in, no one will actually know that you have this system set up. Come around, John. Now here is the relay portion of the harness. I'm gonna just separate the switch section of it, which is the boost reference hub switch. All right, so now we're going to pause the video. So guys, here we go. This is the relay. The idea is to get a self-tapping screw, as we have one here in the drill, and we are going to remove the padding, this undercoating padding, to expose the metal frame to the car, so I could tap it to the frame of the car, so it's permanently secured. All right, just as simple as that. It is secure. Now the positive lead to the harness, I just got an extra 10 nut and placed it. Get the other phone, you need light. Pause it. All right, so the positive lead, what I did was right on the top of where you bolt the battery, the stud for the battery post is normally a little bit longer, so it could take an extra 10 nut there. So what I did was I just slid the ring over it, just add an extra nut, and then I tighten that. So yes, if you're going to remove your battery, of course you're going to have 2 10 nuts to remove in order to get to the battery. You already see the relay, we just secured that a few seconds ago. It's secured there, so water shouldn't really get to it, and it's easy to remove and replace if it ever go defective or something from an accident or something. You could always go back in there and just replace it. The ground, I had secured the ground to the body. There was a 10 hole already in the frame of the car. What I did is just get a nut, I put it there, and secure the ground here. All right, so everything in the battery department is already secure. So that part of the harness is already powered. Now we're gonna run the switch that's going to turn on the auxiliary pump. This is the harness to it, which goes directly to the charge pipe. We're gonna just technically plug it in and then run it along the body line of the car. We'll do it neatly in order to have a clean look, so no one knows what's actually in the car. All right, so you guys will get a chance to see that. Hi guys, we're here again. All right, now the unit is fully installed. You can see where I put the sensor into the charge pipe. It is fully run through the car. You wouldn't be able to see it because it looks factory, as if nothing was disturbed. Let me show them the charge. All right, the back seat is in. As you can see, the kid is sitting in the back. Yeah, so the seat is back. The trunk is back to normal. Like I say, now relay is sitting there. So now you know it's connected. There's a fuse here. Anyhow, you have a fuel issue, you just come and check the fuse, and you can see it's not broken. Alrighty. Thank you guys for watching the channel. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe.